All right, hello. What's going on? We are in the Black Hills, and that right there is Mount Rushmore. I can't believe I actually got my finger right on that first try. Like pointing at the wrong side of the camera screen. That was a straight shot. That was like the ultimate dap when you and your homies are like saying goodbye for the night, and you hit that perfect dap with your boy, and you just don't even want to let go. You're just gonna hold that dap forever. The immaculate dap. You can't let go of it. You got to live in that moment as long as you can, you know? That's that. That's the immaculate point right there. Can't really tell, but I think like that's Washington's head. And then you have like Abe Lincoln there, and then the middle is like Teddy Roosevelt and the other guy. The guy that should be Andrew Jackson, but it's actually Thomas Jefferson. Petition to get Andrew Jackson on the Mount Rushmore. Not Trump, because you know Trump's gonna try to weasel his way onto that somehow, you know. But what up? Welcome in. Welcome in. Another episode here. We are here. We are in the Black Mountains. We are in the Black Hills. We've been traveling the country. I took a 3-week break since the recording of my last stream. Today is September 24th. I think it's 3 weeks exactly since I recorded my last episode. Where I got a little sad and emotional, you know. I gotta calm down. I gotta chill. I gotta calm down. I also have to chill with the hand gestures. I gotta tip. I got one of those like friendly advice tips where like, hey bro, your breath smells bad, and it like hurts you to hear it, but you're like, man, I know you're looking out for me. I know you got my best intentions in mind, but he was like, you gotta stop with all the hand gestures and movements and the shucking and the jiving. You know, the Sean shucks, the Sean jives, you know. Apparently it's distracting while I'm speaking. I can't help it. So you're going to see me start doing this a lot more, you know. Practice being boring with my hands. Not in my pockets, but somewhere, you know. Why am I talking about that? Welcome in. It's September 24th, 2025. We are in South Dakota. We're in the Black Hills. We're in the Badlands. We're in Cave Wind. We've been hitting some national parks, seeing some art galleries, seeing some family, seeing some friends along the way. And this is just gonna like be a stream where we recap that and recount that. If motorcycles and cars and stuff are passing by, just deal with it, bro. Just deal with it. I can't help it. This is the best view I could find. And it happens to also be right by some bending and twisting and winding roads, so sorry. The boomers are out on their motorcycles. I can't help it, you know. But what's up, y'all? Happy to see you. Happy to talk. Lots going on. That we're gonna get into some of the darker, more serious stuff that's been happening in the last 3 weeks. You know, assassinations, race riots. You know, more bombings and more bombings in the Middle East. You know, uprisings, revolutions. Boomers, Gen Z. We're going to talk about it all next episode. So stay tuned for the next episode. This episode is going to be just literally like, what's up? What's up, y'all? Haven't seen you. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let me bore you with my life for the last 3 weeks, which has been a little sad. I've been sad. I've been down. I've been thinking about death a lot. I think a lot of people all of a sudden are thinking about death a lot. But also with that comes hope. With that comes like also weirdly like a simultaneous joy. You know, it's like death is bad. It's not fun. It's not good. It hurts. It's the loss, the heartbreak, the literal position, bad position it can put you in, you know. But there's also like a beauty in like going and getting your reward in heaven, you know, and like we all got to do it. And if you're saved, you're going to end up in a good place. You're going to end up in the right place, like where you actually belong, not here, you know? So it's weird. It's like a poetic, you know, it's beautiful and sad. It's good and ugly, you know, it's hard, it's pain, it's also joy and bliss. Next episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll talk about that. I got some notes here just to keep me on track and stop rambling for minutes and minutes and minutes on nonsense like I tend to do. I'm going to not talk about the journey update because for the last 3 weeks it's been so bad. It's like me and my life being so horrible financially and taking out loans and being like a degenerate and an imbecile with my money, who just like dreads looking up the credit score. Like dreads opening up that letter from that credit card company because you're just like, ooh, this is going to be bad news. Like, this is going to hurt. Let me just not open it for another week. Let me just not see it or talk about it or even acknowledge it exists. And maybe it just won't, maybe it'll like cease to exist or something. Like, ooh, maybe if I just don't look at my credit score, maybe it's not real. Maybe it's not true, Maybe those collections will just go away. Will just disappear for some reason, some kind of accounting error somewhere, But if I keep looking at it, then it's a reminder that it is real and it is there. So that's been my journey progress. My, 6 things I do every day. I have been not checking boxes. Very, very few boxes. My percentage on the year, I'm sure, has been killed. Don't want to even look at it. Don't even talk about it. But we'll count them up. We're going to get back on track right now. This week is get back on track week after kind of like a 3-week break of traveling, seeing some friends, seeing some family, doing some fun things. Now it's like no more excuse time, and it's time to get back on track and make it 100% and catch back up for the damage that I just did on my yearly percentage. I did want to say Quick Trip sucks, by the way. Real quick before we pass this. Everyone always talks about Quick Trip. Like, I hear people talk about it that I know and trust and like it's like the greatest gas station ever. And it sucks, dude. It sucks. The workers are like working like slaves. Like, they literally are like these robotic automatonists trying to work 3 registers at once, like slaves. And people act like that's cool. And that's like, I look at it like, dude, they're getting paid like the wage of 1 man to do the job of 3 people. It's like the epitome of like capitalism being horrible, And then they literally had like a robot. There was like a robot, like just doing the floors. Like, it just is like it's a Roomba, but for like mopping the floors. And I like went to the bathroom and had to like awkwardly, like literally dance around this thing, sneak around this thing. Like, dude, get away from me. And it kept kind of like following me, So I literally go in the bathroom, I come out, and it's doing the same thing, and I'm trying to avoid it. Now I'm just trying to like stand here and get cold brew, which is something they advertise, which they rarely ever even have working. I'm trying to get my cold brew, and this machine keeps coming up to me and like dancing, like almost like playing around with me. And now I'm like, what the heck do I even do? Like, is it like being like cute, funny AI robot? And then it gave a message, like a cute, funny message that was like, whatever, please be aware, cleaning in progress, blah, 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 blah. It had some funny little joke. And I was like, dude, just leave me alone. I'm trying to just stand here in peace and make my coffee and get back on the road, dude. I don't need this like weird robot, you faceless robot, like this cube, just like threatening to hit me and like threatening to like, hit my shoes and mop over my shoes or whatever. I don't need it, man. I don't need it. Just leave me alone. Leave me out of it. And you could just be paying a guy to mop the floors with the money you're saving from making one guy do like the job of 4 people at once. It's wild. People always talk about Quick Trip. Dude, screw Quick Trip. Quick Trip sucks. Like, Circle K is better. Casey's is better. Love's is so much better. Love's, shout out Love's. Bucky's, I mean, that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level of just the best. Bucky supremacy, But yeah, in general, in summary, Quick Trip sucks. And I'm tired of hearing about people talk about it and brag about it. They always talk about the cold brew on tap. Cold brew on tap. There's like a, cold brew, supposedly like different flavors and different like nitro cold brews like on tap. Every time I go in, they either don't have that and they don't have cold brew. So you drive out of your way to like, oh yeah, I'll try their cold brew. I'll try that other flavor I didn't try last time at this time. They either don't have it or they have the station and it's like malfunctioning or it doesn't work or it's cleaning or whatever. So screw Quick Trip. Never again. Never again. Now that I'm in Mountain Time Zone as well, the one up here is called Maverick. Maverick is pretty sick. Shout out to Maverick. But Love's and Bucky's are just unmatched. Bucky supremacy. Bucky's, the genius of Bucky's is that they marketed to women. Is that they tricked all you stupid women out there. Hey, listen up, stupid women. You know why Bucky's is so successful? Because they were like, you know what? We're going to market to women. We're going to get like women who need to go to the bathroom all the time on road trips. We're going to get them to come into our store. And we're going to do it by convincing the guys the husband's driving the cars, the minivans full of kids. We're gonna market to the kids. We're gonna have the food and the candy and the mascot and the bright colors. Get the kids hooked, and then the dads love the cheap gas. Dads go out of their way for the cheap gas, and the women like the clean bathrooms because when women are on the road, you know, I can just literally come off the road a little bit. There's like a parking spot up ahead. I can just walk down here and like go to the bathroom. Women like can't do that, you know. So Buc-ee's was genius. Having signs on the highway that tell you, just hold on, just keep waiting. Nah, keep waiting. The anticipation's growing, the excitement's growing, and it's gonna pay off with the best bathrooms. And they got them. They got you. They got you, women. Hey, women, how does it feel? They got you. Now look at it. It's an empire that's taking over the world. It's a cancer spreading along every highway in the country. And all you stupid women are falling for it. And stupid men like me also falling for it. Because I go for the cheap gas and then I overpay for food. He doth protest too much, you know. But speaking of robots, dude, I trust AI so much less and less these days. It's kind of freaking me out. It's getting to the point of like really freaking me out where I've been trying to unsuccessfully, but also successfully for the last couple days. We're having a little bit of a revival in my life. You know, the last 3 weeks were pretty bad. Did some sinning, unfortunately. You know, sad. Hurt my wrist, so I haven't been able to lift. It's one of those stupid, like my wrist is fine, but I can't really like turn it or bend it or use a lot of weight on it, you know? And it's one of these injuries, like I got this injury totally self-caused. Before I left on this road trip, I wanted to go hang out with my boys and play tennis. Went in just shoes that were just loose. Tripped, of course. Knew I was going to trip the second I stepped on the court. Didn't change my shoes anyways. Tripped, fell, hurt my wrist. At first it wasn't that bad, and then it just won't go away. And I can't really do I can't lift anything. I can't push, I can't curl, I can't pull, I can't do any lifts. So I've been doing a lot of cardio, a lot of leg days, also a lot of cheat days if you can't tell. I've been in Kansas City, I've been in the South, like saying goodbye to the South, trying to eat all the good barbecue as much as possible before I go. All my trips were St. Louis, where I had the ribs, Kansas City, where I'm eating barbecue all weekend, you know, Omaha, where I'm eating coneflower ice cream, Runzas, Midwestern Hot Pockets and stuff. It's been nothing but, I'm now in San Diego, South Dakota. I keep eating bison burgers and buffalo burgers, you know. So good, man. The food's so good. And I'm only here once. I'm only like traveling through, so I gotta fill up, you know. I gotta get ready. I gotta hibernate and get ready for the winter, you know. Get my fill up because I'm not gonna be coming back anytime soon. And my gut is hating on me. And I'm just getting sad. The reason I'm saying that is because like I relieve a lot of stress and I get a lot of energy from and a lot of happiness, a lot of contentment from going to the gym and lifting weights. Truly. Like I hate it in the moment. It sucks. It sucks. It's a simultaneous this sucks while also like this just makes my day better. It makes me happier in life, more joyful in life, you know. Relieves a lot of stress, especially when you're trying not to, you know, sin as a man. There's like ways you can relieve that stress and that tension and get rid of all that temptation. And a lot of it comes, at least for me, from like lifting, exerting energy, pushing that weight, you know. So for like the last month, I've been unable to do that. I just go to the gym and do leg day or like cardio, or I keep hiking and walking places, you know, but not getting that like lifting in, especially regularly. I go like 4 or 5 days a week. So not going at all for like 3 weeks, really gained a bunch of that weight back that I lost all year. I lost like 30 pounds since January, and now I just gained 20 of it back. Great, fun. The long story short, I've been sad, I've been depressed, I've been gluttonous, I've been sinful for the last 3 weeks at the start of this trip. And now it's time to cut the crap and get back on track. And we've been doing that the last couple days. And we're going to keep going forward as we go tomorrow into Wyoming. Forward, baby, into a more righteous lifestyle, a more joyful lifestyle, a more content lifestyle, you know. Less binging, less indulging, less temptations in general around me as I go into Wyoming, you know, just overall less temptation there. Why are we talking about that? because AI is freaking me out and I need to stop using my phone so much. And, you know, someone said this, what was it? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing a lot less AI recently. Like in recent months, I'm starting to see a lot less AI, which is kind of freaky because, like, what do you think that means? It just means that AI is getting so good that we can't even tell it's AI anymore, you know? How many people on your screens, how many events on your screens just literally aren't real? And it's getting so good that you can't even tell the difference. You know, the last few years, it's like you can kind of tell. It's a little choppy, it's a little weird, the movements are a little off, you know, the fingers are weird. There's like stuff where you can kind of look, you can kind of tell. And it's also now getting to the point of like freaky where it's like you can't really tell anymore sometimes. And I've noticed it too. You're like it's a simultaneous, you're noticing it more overall in general, but also in the moment, like you're noticing less of it because it's happening more and you're not recognizing it for what it is. It's freaky, man. So I'm gonna unplug from the internet a little bit. I have kind of done that. I've been going to these national parks. The last stream I filmed, it was 3 days in a park with zero service, like literally the circle with the bar through it. Not even close, no signal at all. 3 straight days. It was awesome. It was great. And also by like day 3, like at the end of day 3, I'm like, okay, I need to check my emails. I don't normally check my emails, but for some reason I feel like this urge to check my emails, you know? Get my text, see who's calling me, see what I'm missing out on in the world, you know? What's going on out there? So they got me, they hooked me. I've been raised in this world, man. They got me. It's got its claws into me. But also I need to somehow like not just keep falling prey to it. I need to just not keep diving more and more into the deep end. You know, now that I'm here, now that we're in the water, let's just not keep going more and more into the deep end, more and more into the abyss, you know? So we're going to unplug. We're going to fast a little bit from our phones. I think that's a good thing. I hope it's a good thing. Part of it too was like camping out and seeing just in South Dakota, man, the stars are nuts, dude. These campsites where I'm like looking up at the night sky, these clear, cloudless skies in South Dakota, just seeing the stars. Like I've never seen the stars like that before. That vivid, that intense, that crazy, that many. It was wild, man. And I was like, just like, yeah, dude, we don't need phones. Like God is so dope. The world is so cool. People are so awesome. Everything is so beautiful. You know, we need to just go do things, not sit around and pretend to be doing things, you know? So more real, less fake, more life, more people, more actual connections with human people, handshakes and hugs, embraces, laughs, fun time shared together. You know, let's chuckle a little bit with each other every once in a while, you know? Let's just be more together and let's do more like things in reality. Like go see national parks and national monuments and stuff, you know? You never know. Today could be the day. Tomorrow could be the day. Death happens to us all, and it could be your time sooner than you think. Boy, am I becoming more and more aware of that this year, that death could be approaching sooner than you think. Much sooner than you want, much sooner than you expect, in a very unfair way for you, for your loved ones. So, you know, let's get off the phones a little bit and let's like enjoy this stuff a little more, you know? Let's laugh, let's chuckle, let's enjoy each other's company a little more. Let's care about each other a little more. I have a, you know, my family doesn't agree with me. You know, my family, I'm sure if they're watching these streams, just they watch it, just cringing, just like, oh, I hope he doesn't embarrass me more. Or they're just watching angry, like they disagree. They like me, but they just disagree with my thoughts and my opinions. They don't find me funny, you know? But at the same time, like they're still family, they're still blood, you know? And they're still like my family too. It's like I couldn't disagree with them more on a lot of things. Also, like I still have good relationships with them. I still love them. I still care for them. We still have good times together. And I've been seeing family along this trip, you know, and it's just like, dude, we can care. We can love each other. We can like share our common interests, our shared interests, and like our life stories and our struggles, and have compassion for each other, and share our lives and our journeys and our stories with each other, while also just totally agreeing on like a lot of things, even contentious things, important things, you know. And a lot of it's like pointing out the problems and then having different solutions to the problems. You know, okay, yeah, homelessness is a problem. What are you going to do about it? What's your solution? What are you, you know, we won't rant for 30 minutes on that. But let me stop myself now before, and let's also chill the hand movements. I gotta, what did I say? I gotta stop the hand movements. But overall, did I write something about that? We can disagree. You know, hey, I don't know if you know this, but like, you can disagree with each other. Like, we aren't robots. We aren't autonomous. You know, check every box or else, you know, input not recognized. You know, it's like, dude, people are awesome. Different cultures are cool. People's differences are cool. Artists are awesome because they think differently, because they explore and they create, you know. What makes people awesome is disagreement, is strife, is like the hardship, the struggle, the shared bond. Like, an artist's pain is portrayed on a canvas, and then someone else can like share, even if not, even if they can't really, their life is great, everything's awesome, they can't feel the same pain that that artist had, but they can kind of share that embrace. They can kind of recognize each other. They can kind of feel each other, you know, through like literally like a fictional medium, through like creation, through like created things, you know. But we can disagree. We can have differences. That's kind of the beauty of people. It's like having differences and then coming together and uniting on what's actually important, what actually matters, you know. But, you know, just love and respect each other. Okay, yeah, we disagree, but I still love you and I still respect you, you know. And also, yeah, we disagree on whatever, but like, do you care? Yeah, I disagree with your solution to that problem, but I can still love and respect the fact that you care about finding a solution to the problem, you know. And then we can argue about like solutions and whose solution's better or who's right or who's wrong, but at the end of the day, like, do we just, like, as human beings, care about each other, care about our children and their future, and like care about our history, where we came from, who got us here, and also what we're going to leave behind when we're gone? Do we care enough about like a park like this to like maintain it and keep it nice and keep it pretty and keep it beautiful so that like future generations can enjoy it like the generations before us have enjoyed it, you know? And if our solutions if our solutions are different about like whatever, you know, if we disagree on abortion or gay marriage or, you know, whatever contentious issue is out there this year, climate change, oh, we can all disagree on climate change, and at the end of the day we can come to the same general like agreement that we care about this place we live in. You know, I can think climate change is not true, but also think like it's important to keep this place clean and healthy and protected, you know. And we can still just like treat each other with dignity and respect and be at least polite with each other, courteous to each other. We can. And I'm learning more and more and more. Like, this trip has been awesome about like really getting that solidified that we can. You know, it's actually possible. There are still good people in this world. Fact, true. Like, there's good people everywhere. I keep meeting them. I keep encountering them, you know. It's not a myth. It's not a hope. It's not wishful thinking. But yeah, spend some time with my family. Enjoyed shared our stories, our life together, our struggles, our accomplishments, our shared interests. You know, it was awesome. But they don't need to be exactly like me. Like, they don't need to agree with me on stuff. They don't need to like, or else, you know, think like I think, or else, you know. And it's just better that they're not. If you're not like me, it's probably better for you that you're not like me. Just just have some dignity, be respectful, have love for each other, despite your differences. We'll talk about it more in our next episode, but Satan loves nothing more than to divide, to spread like lies and hate and fear, falsehoods, revenge, spite, jealousy. Satan loves nothing more than to put that in your heart. But let's go. We're going to not ramble. I'm going to stitch together at the end of this video, so stay tuned at the very end of this video. If the time on this seems long, at the end of me rambling right now, I'll tell you about my little trip, my little journey. I need to not ramble for another hour. But we'll hit some points. We'll stay on track. But stay tuned. And at the end of this stream, I will post I drove around and talked a little bit, sung a little bit of songs, and try to show you a little bit of the Black Hills and the Badlands. So stay tuned at the end for that. I don't think I'll put it on the podcast. If you're listening to this, just because it's a very visual thing, I will put it on the video of this episode, but not the podcast of this episode, the audio file of this episode. So since my last recording, left that campsite we were at. It was awesome. It was amazing. Had a good time. Very emotional time. Very high, very low at the same time. You know, it was very awesome and very sad. And that's kind of been my life, like in the last month, you know, like a simultaneous joy and contentment with also like sadness and regret and shame, which is, you know, shame's a good thing. What I did, I think I wrote that somewhere. Shame is a good thing because, yeah, this African book of Proverbs I got from a bookstore, a used bookstore in Omaha. African Proverbs, and one of them was, what is it? Shame does not make us weak. It proves we still have honor. So I've been embracing being shamed. Like, yes, I'm bad. Yes, I'm disgusting. Yes, I'm gluttonous. Use that. Like, that shame means like, well, there's something in me that aspires to be greater, aspires to be better, understands that I'm missing the mark and I'm falling short. So what are you going to do with that shame is the question. Are you going to use that shame to motivate you, to get you back on track? Is that shame going to sit there forever in your life? Or is that shame going to be like the logs that are thrown on the fire in your heart that's going to push you forward, accelerate you forward into greatness, you know? So yeah, it's been a simultaneous joy, joy, contentment, peace, bliss. This country's awesome. People are beautiful. People are awesome. With also like, yeah, people are really ugly and really hateful and really revengeful and jealous and angry. And the world is bad and dangerous and unsettling, you know. Times are tough. Death is inevitable. Sad, bad, evil, ugly, false. Everyone's dividing. At the same time, dude, I've been like traveling the country and people are awesome. Like, you just go meet random people. Like, I just met dudes over here, just giving them helpful advice about like the map and directions. Turns into like a 10-minute conversation where they're like wishing me well. Have a blessed day, brother. Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. Like a really nice warm handshake, you know. People are also awesome, dude. They're really cool. So, you know, it's been weird. It's been a weird last month of this simultaneous, not one or the other. It's like both at the same time, you know, sadness and happiness, joy and pain, you know, all at once. All the things all at once. So we were in Asheville, North Carolina. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It was dark, man. It was a very, very sketchy place, very dark place. Tried to do my thing, backpack full of stuff, helping homeless people, and they were very angry, very on. Hey, no, you're good. I'm recording a podcast, so yeah, I don't want to interrupt you if you want to take pics or whatever. Howdy. I thought your thing was park ranger. I saw the badge, like the yellow badge. I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm like, I looked up the rules. This is legal, okay? That was pretty funny. Oh, nice people, German biker couple. I thought she had a biker jacket that had a big giant yellow patch on it, and I saw her. You can see through the glasses this way. Can you see? She walked up, and I just saw like a woman with like a vest and a big yellow patch on walking up, and I was like, oh no, did I break the law? But we're not breaking the law. I have my park pass. We are allowed to be here. I'm an American. This is our park. This is our land. This is the people's land. This is the people's monument. We are here. We're not breaking the law. We're obeying. We're following orders, and we're back. They were nice people. What I was saying is Asheville, North Carolina. It was dark. People were like violent, aggressive, angry, trying to help people, very ungrateful, you know, just giving them stuff. I saw, you know, some stuff. Literally saw one dude doing drugs in an alley. Pretty intense, pretty crazy. Saw another like disgusting man and woman doing disgusting things just very publicly, you know, on a street corner. So that was cool. That was fun. That hurt me a little bit. You know, I was coming off like a couple You know, other than what we talked about in my last stream, I was just having like a good month, a very positive month of like awesome encounters with homeless people. And then that was like a night where I was like, man, can they really be helped though? Like they are, especially in this place, man. There's something about that was very, you know, very just dark, very bad, very, you know, set me back on my hopeful, optimistic, we need to help them, you know. But then from there, I went to Knoxville. And then it was all, and then it was like right back. It was like a snap back to reality because I meet, yeah, there's some people, there's some crazy guys. You meet homeless people, half of them are crazy, you know. But then I met this one guy, Terry. Shout out to Terry. You might be checking out my streams. He's like a career homeless guy in Knoxville, but like not. Like he kind of lives, he kind of works, but he also just kind of lives on the street. He's just got so used to the lifestyle, he just does it. And we'll talk about this on a future stream, but he was really breaking down like the stuff, like the real life. Like he's been homeless for 20 years. So he knows people, he knows situations, he knows how the cops treat him, how society treats him, like how to help and how not to help. You know, he was really giving me really good keep it real advice with me. And I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff with homelessness on a future episode, so stay tuned. And I'll talk about the stuff that Terry shared with me. On also a separate future episode, we're going to talk about art and artists. And in Knoxville, I was walking around, encountered actually two different people. And I'm forgetting both their names. But two different people kind of bumped into, talked about my stream, my channel, this, what you're watching. If for some reason, somehow you're still watching this. Started talking about my channel, and both different people invited me to this like art gallery thing. So on another future episode, we're going to talk about artists, and we're going to talk about when I was in Knoxville, the art galleries I kind of stumbled myself into. And from there, went to St. Louis. So from there, from Knoxville, I actually stopped one more day in Nashville, had one last final day of church with my friends, my church family. Saw my friends at Bible study groups, you know, kind of said goodbye to everyone. They all prayed for me, wished me well. Literally the next morning I woke up, got in my truck, and traveled beeline for St. Louis. Crossing the bridge, the gateway to the west, seeing like the bridge, just beautiful, the weather great, all the stuff about just the gateway to the west as I'm starting this journey, you know. Crossing the Mississippi into the western states. Something about it was awesome, man. It was cool. It was like a very beautiful moment, like a very poetically beautiful moment for me on this journey, like really part two taking off, saying goodbye to my friends, my family, you know, seeing cool sights, seeing kind of the cool stuff in the South all summer. Alabama, Memphis, you know, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, the Smokies, you know, camping in Kentucky, camping in Southern Indiana, Southern Missouri, Arkansas, you know, all summer. And then kind of like wrapping that up with one final kind of weekend of like goodbye. And then getting in my truck and going and crossing that bridge, crossing the Mississippi. Even though I've been crossing it back and forth all summer, something about this time on this journey, crossing it in St. Louis was just like, it was like, it was just something about it was cool. The entrance, the bridge, the crossing, the lights, the setup, the cinema. Spectacular. It was perfection, you know? So that was cool. We did that. That happened, you know. Trip part two kind of truly commenced. And we went to Kansas City, had all the good barbecue. That's why my belly's big. You're looking at a big boy and a big belly because I was in Kansas City for like 3-4 days. And of course I had Joe's everywhere in the world, all over the place. So when you go to Kansas City, you got to go to Joe's. Joe's is the best barbecue in the country. And I went, it was really good. I don't know about the best, but really good, really amazing. Hey, how are you? Some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. Z-Man, I think, was the sandwich. Z-Man with onion rings and fries. Fat Boy special. Did the Messenger Coffee thing. Nelson Atkins Art Museum, which we'll talk about in my upcoming art episode. Stay tuned for that. And then when I was there is when Charlie Kirk was shot. So that was brutal. We're going to talk about that on the next episode, you know. But that just shook me, man. I mean, it shook everyone, right? It either like literally people either like celebrated or like for a week, we all just kind of to our core were like pained, you know? So that was kind of the start. I was in Kansas City and then in Omaha. And even still now, even in South Dakota, like there's just still, it's just not good, man. It's like a not good feeling. There's this deep resonating, like, ooh, might have been like the first shot of like some serious darkness on the horizon or something, you know. It really felt dark and deep, deeper than just some guy got killed, you know. But that happened when I was in Kansas City. And so the rest of this trip has kind of been like weird. I've been like weirdly down, but also hopeful and optimistic, like angry, but also very forgiving. Very, you know, again, high and low simultaneously, you know. But that hit deep and it hit dark. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it just did. It resonated so deeply with me. And I'm not even like the biggest Charlie Kirk fan. He just was a good guy that didn't deserve it, you know. So public, so insane. The reaction was so gross, but also so beautiful, you know. So yeah, that was a wild thing. But that's what was up. I've been gone for 3 weeks, not streaming, not talking about stuff. So this is me catching up, and this is me informing you of the timeline, you know. And there was just, I was just hearing horrible comments from people, you know, mocking him, laughing about it in real life, not just on screens, not just AI. You know, half of them are probably AI. The stuff you're seeing, the videos you're seeing on TikTok, for real. Half of them are probably AI generated, trying to like stoke your anger or whatever, or encourage you to act similarly. You know, all this weird, deceptive AI stuff going on. But in real life, like, and then I went from Kansas City, I went to Lawrence, where the University of Kansas is, and then I went to Manhattan, where Kansas State University is. And just like hanging out, talking to the kids, the students, the people at coffee shops, you know, there was just overhearing like dudes at the gym. Like there were some really dark comments, man. And I would be like having a good time, like, okay, yeah, listen to a good podcast, good sermon or something. And then you just hear some kid make some really gross remark, you know, and it just kind of bummed you out for the rest of your day. It was like every day it was like something, it was just like a big bummer, you know, either on the screens or in real life. And while I was in Kansas, so that was fun. But I was listening to this thing where, you know, thinking about Charlie, thinking about all this stuff, literally like just an hour or two before I heard some kid on Kansas campus say like, it's a really bad, horrible thing about what happened, you know? And on a store, I think like a market or like a store, like a Whole Food store type store, in Lawrence, Kansas, on the campus, just off the campus, was this, which I loved. So I was kind of down, kind of like, oh, it's kind of hitting me hard, you know. Just heard some kid make some really insensitive, horrible comment. And I'm kind of feeling bummed. I'm like, man, like not angry, but just kind of like annoyed, you know, angered, not angry, not, you know, but just bummed, more so bummed, more so like, man, I can't believe like it's so dark out there, you know, and people are so flippant about evil. But on this wall was this painted quote with like literally the painting was a clenched fist and an open fist, and the quote says, "We cannot sow seeds with clenched fists. To sow, we must open our fists." And that's true. If I'm going to be Shawnee gospel seed out here, spreading seeds, spreading the light and love of Christ as I go, even in those moments when I'm bummed out, and I'm like a little grossed out and I'm feeling down and I'm like sad, even if it's justified, even if it's for real, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you have a right to. Yeah, okay, of course you're gonna, you know. At the end of the day, like you can't have that fist be clenched. You have to sow the seeds of light and love, you know, everywhere as you go, onto all the soils. Spread the seeds, spread the light and love, despite what they just did or what they are doing to you or what they will do to you. You have to forgive them anyways, love them anyways, and keep open fist, spreading seeds, spreading the light and love of Christ. So then it was like that. It's like for an hour or two there, I'm like really bummed out. I'm like questioning, like, you know, what am I even doing? Is this even worth it? The world's so dark. Everything's so messed up. People are so bad. And then it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. No, it's not. Oh yeah, I forgot. People are pretty cool, you know? Oh yeah, I forgot. Like there is still time, you know? There is still, give people more chances. There's more time. God's so dope, dude. God's so cool. And he'll bring people around, you know? It's not your job to get bummed out because someone else is distant from God, rebelling against God, you know, in his right ways. Your job is to just love them anyways and just keep spreading the seeds. Just keep shining the light and love of God out, you know? So that was that, yeah. We went to Manhattan, Kansas. The only comment I had, I met some kids there just walking around. They seemed cool. But they really love their big trucks. They had these, you know, like the big, just stereotypical, I'm from the country and I think I'm cool, big giant trucks that make big noise. And it was Friday night, and they just would not stop driving down the main drag, making all the noise and revving their engines and playing loud music. Real like, look at me. And it was like dudes with their buddies in the car. I bet it was like some high school kids that thought that wanted to be cool driving down the college campus or whatever. But it was just a lot. It just struck me as like, man, this campus really loves their trucks. Like that is the main event on Friday night is like dudes getting in their trucks, revving their engines and driving down the main drag, you know? It's just funny to me. It was cool. I'm not like hating on it. I'm not like being like a hater. I have a truck, you know? But it just was like it was funny. It was just funny. It was cool. It was like a funny, cool, like nerdy, funny, cool, weird, wholesome, you know, because that's good, wholesome fun. You're just you and your boys getting together. Me and the boys. What are we doing tonight? We're gonna get together. We're gonna drive around town. we're gonna ride around, listen to music, kicking it with the boys. I love dude. That sounds awesome. I'm not hating at all. It just is funny how like that's like the main event at that campus on a Friday night is that, you know. It's not the other college campuses I've been to. That's not really exactly what they're doing, you know. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a little different. It's cool. It's nerdy. They probably wouldn't agree. They're probably the jocks that don't think they're nerds, but it's super nerdy, and I like it. I like that you like it, and I like that you do it. So after Manhattan, drive up to Lincoln. Went to a Nebraska Cornhusker football game. Go Husks! I was joking with my friends from in Nashville that are from Lincoln. Went to school there. I was like, what's their chant? Is it like "Let's go Husks"? Let's go Husks! They're like, no, dude, no, and don't say that in public, bro. Like, don't embarrass us in Nashville by associating with us and being the guy that's like trying to get some chants going, some weird chants going, you know. And I still was that guy. Hey, my friends, I still did it. I still tried to like literally get let's go Husks going in my little section. Wasn't really taken, but it was a funny attempt. People were enjoying my attempt at making it a thing. All right, I was spreading the light and love of Christ. I was making people laugh and giggle and feel joy at my attempt to make "Let's Go Husks" a thing. But they say "Go Big Red" is the thing, is the chant. So go to the Cornhusker game, get some tickets, get the cheap tickets, you know. Ask my buddy where to sit. He tells me the section. It ended up being like hilariously the worst seats ever. Like up the very last row underneath the upper deck where you couldn't see anything. Like literally you had to like bend over in your seat. So you're sitting in your seat normally. You had to like squat down to like see the plays, you know, beneath the upper deck. But also shade. But also it was like 100 degrees out, no clouds. Everyone in the sun was just roasting alive. And we were all kicking it, having fun in the shade. So with TV screens, you know, nice and cool. But the stadium is confusing. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It was funny because I kept saying that and everyone would just smirk at me. And I'm like, why do you guys just put up with this? The stadium is the most confusing, the most nonsensical, doesn't make sense at all. Pathways and walkways and sections and numbers. And anytime I would say that to anyone, I was like, yeah, the stadium is so confusing. They would just like literally laugh and like nod and smirk and be like, yep, yep, we know, welcome to it. And after a while, it's like, dude, why do you put up with that? Just change it. One off season, just do some construction and change some stuff around. But long story short, I'm literally confused. I'm trying to find my seat, which is like way up there. And I'm trying to like find how to even get there. And I made a comment to some guy. We're walking in this like concourse area, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to get to my seat. Do you know how to get to section 8? And he was like, oh yeah, follow me. We're going right up to section 8. And so I start following this guy. We kind of joined. There's like an alumni band that goes down in the private section. And I'm kind of walking with this guy, Robert, shout out Robert, kicking in. Oh, where are you from? I'm telling him about my journey. I'm telling him about my trip. Oh, I'm from Tennessee. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I always wanted to go to a game in Knoxville. You know, I'm like, oh, you got to. It's amazing. The stadium's not as confusing as this. You got to come to a Tennessee game. You'll actually be able to like find your seat, you know? And I was just, yeah, we're talking. We're, you know, having fun. We're making friends. We're being real friendly. And we just keep walking. So now I'm just following this guy who clearly knows what's up. And I just think he's just a dude. I just think it's like just some guy who's like also going to his seat, right? So we kind of just keep walking. Now we're with the band. Now we're with like the dance team. And we just kind of keep walking, keep going down. And all of a sudden we're just like on the field. And I walk out of the gate with this dude and we're just like on the field. Like I am on the turf. And this dude is just like, oh yeah, come here. We're going to go see my daughter. You want to meet my daughter? I'm like, sure. Who's your daughter? We walk up and it's literally the cheerleaders. It's like this dude is like the dad of one of the cheerleaders. And we just like casually strolled on to the field. And he's like going up to his daughter. I didn't like meet her, you know. I think her name was Danny or Delaney, either Delaney or Danny. One of those like close D words. And we're just like literally all of a sudden now I'm just like hanging out with like the cheerleaders and the band and like the spirit team and the mascot. I'm like literally like I don't belong here. Like on the field, I'm like, dude, I think I need to like go up into the stadium. I'm like on the field. Like I need to be up there, dude. Like what are you talking about? And so I kind of just embraced it for a few minutes. I'm like, all right. Stumbled my way onto the field, little VIP section, just kind of take it in, embrace it. You know, I didn't want to be too touristy and start taking pictures, but I was just like, man, this is sick. This is cool, you know. Pre-game on the field at a Nebraska game. So eventually I was like, hey man, I kind of said goodbye to that dude and joked. I was like, yeah, dude, I don't belong here. Like I'm supposed to be in the stands. And then I kept doing that. I kept trying to like find like a security guard, but it kept just being like a dude standing there. Hilarious. And then I eventually find my seat. It's hilarious. It's the last seat. It's under the upper deck. I'm now just like by myself, making friends with the little families around me, talking to the security guard, joking with him, you know. It was a fun time. It was a wholesome time. The family I met, they were real nice. They were real cool. I was like, you guys got to let me know what the traditions are. Like, I can't look like a total idiot here not knowing what your traditions are. And boy, oh boy, do they have some weird ones. They like take off their shoes and hold them up when the kickoff's happening. So all of a sudden, just randomly, I look over and like everyone in the stadium just like has a shoe, like literally took off a shoe and is like holding it up in the air. And I'm like joking with this family. I'm like, that's something you need to warn me about. That's the thing, guys. I told you to like let me know like what weird stuff you guys do. You know, I need to be braced for impact here on all the weird stuff you guys do. You know, everyone taking off their shoes and holding them up in the air. That's one of those things, you know. Another thing was they had a t-shirt cannon. So at one, timeout or whatever, they had these pretty intense, like every cheerleader had these like giant, whatever it is, CO2 or something, these like cannons that are just like shooting out these t-shirts, pretty intense, like boom, like a grenade launcher, boom. But also they literally had like a tractor pulling a trailer that did like, figure eights on the field in the middle of the game. Literally a tractor, a John Deere giant tractor. I think one of the combine tractors. I don't really know those too well. Going around the field, and on the trailer is literally two giant Gatling guns that are just hucking out. They're just like shooting t-shirts. Like literally Gatling gun being pulled on a trailer by like a mascot driving a John Deere tractor just around the field. It's just timeout. Like there's like refs, like there's the team, there's like people hanging out on the field. Like it's like a timeout in the game. It's not halftime. And this tractor is just weaving in and out, just poof, poof, just like hucking out t-shirts all over the. And I turned to this family. I'm like, dude, that is something you have to warn me about. How did you not warn me that that was about to happen? And they're like, oh yeah, it happens every game. So So it was hilarious. It was wholesome. It was awesome. I also literally like cried. I was tearing up at the national anthem. They did the national anthem like it was just the band played the national anthem. Nothing too crazy, nothing insane. It was just the band on the field, some flags. There was a flyover at the end, you know, but just the way they played it and everyone in the crowd doing this, it was hats off on the heart. Like it was this. It was this, or it was hats on army people like saluting. Every man, every woman too. Every woman was like hand on heart. Just silent, appreciative, like respectful, like looking ahead, like really, you know, you could just tell like everyone in that stadium cared together. And the band would just played it so beautifully, like so simply, nothing crazy, nothing weird, just beautiful, simple, amazing. Dude, I like was tearing up. I was like, that was so beautiful. That was the best national anthem I've ever heard. I've heard better, quote unquote, funner, more creative, more talented. Something about the simplicity of it and the universal, just 90,000 people, like hands on hearts caring together was awesome, man. I was like tearing up over it. And had the Runza, the Midwestern Hot Pocket, had the Runza. It was deliciously disgusting, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you've had it, you know what I mean? It's like deliciously disgusting. And what else? Yeah, I met a bunch of, dude, and Lincoln was just clean. It was nice. It was beautiful. It was clean. Everyone was so nice, so welcoming. Shout out to Lincoln, Nebraska. What else? We're going to start getting eaten up by bugs. We're going to start losing light, so I got to hurry up. But yeah, Omaha, again, had more of those like helpless, quote unquote, helpless encounters with homeless. Literally, some dude was like following me around, threatening me. Like he took out this blowtorch and kept acting like he was going to blowtorch me, and it like wouldn't even start. It was like hilariously, he was like making threats. And I was just standing my ground. I was just like, dude, no, it's okay. You're okay. Just like standing there, kind of ready to be defensive, but also just kind of like, you're okay, brother. It's all right. Everything's okay. And he kept taking out this blowtorch and it wouldn't even work. And he would look at it like so defeated, like, ooh. You know, he's all confident and like, I'm gonna mess you up, bro. He takes out this blowtorch and it like wouldn't work. And then he's just like, oh. So there was a bunch of just wacky, wild encounters in Omaha. That was a fun time. Did the coneflower. Shout out to everyone who talked about coneflower and Joe's barbecue in Kansas City. Worth the hype. Everyone hyped it up. Everyone said it was a must-have. I had it. Worth the hype. Coneflower, same thing. Everyone's like must-have when you're in Omaha. It's worth the hype. It met expectations. It didn't exceed them, but it met expectations. It was delicious. Block 16 was sick. I went to the Jocelyn Art Museum. Talk about that on my art episode coming up. It was cool. It was awesome. Then made my way up to South Dakota. And it is up here, it is Boomer Wonderland, man. It's nuts, dude. Everyone is boomers. If you watch the stitched video I'm going to put onto the end of this video, on the end of my rambling here in this moment, in this place, stay tuned on this video. I'm going to like, you're going to see me drive and talk about just all the boomers, dude. It was nuts. It is nuts. It's 95% of this state is boomers. And I think they're all traveling. I think they're all like snowbirding. You know, they're in their RVs. They're traveling the country. But the Badlands, the Black Hills, Wind Cave, like Sturgis, it's just boomers, man. For better or for worse. You know, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. You know, boomers are great and horrible. Like pros and cons, all right? But at the end of it, you know, hey, just forgive the boomers. Love the boomers. Have compassion for the boomers, okay? Have compassion for the boomers. Forgive them. They're probably your parents or your grandparents. Dude, they dealt with a lot. They got so brainwashed, so insanely targeted by like insane propaganda and psyops and TV and all this new technology and new stuff. And it just was like, I don't think it was healthy for them, man. They were the generation that just got like slapped in the face with like psyops and brainwashing and technology and just pleasure, you know? So a lot of it's kind of like, it is their fault, but it's not their fault. You know, have compassion for them. They had to deal with some stuff too, you know? It wasn't all fun and games. Their life wasn't all easy, you know? Have compassion for them. Have mercy on them at the very least, you know? Forgive them. But I was driving a little bit out of, off the main highways on this trip. I've been doing that. Found myself on the res a couple times. Shout out to the res. Shout out to the res. People were nice and friendly. I thought I'd be a little more like not welcomed, big, goofy, funny white guy just driving through town. But like both times, people have been pretty nice, pretty cool. And it's just beautiful. It's so less like manipulated and maintained, and things aren't at least nature wise. It's just it's much more wide open, much more natural, a lot less artificial and for profit. You know what I mean? So shout out to the res. The res is sick. What was I going to say? Yeah, the stars are incredible. Just driving in the stars are nuts. Camping underneath the stars has been nuts. Just so crazy. So beautiful. Just had this epic night where I was sitting in my chair that lays down, and I'm looking up, and there's a campfire I had going next to me. I had some snacks over here and some water over here, just looking up at the stars for 2 hours straight, just in amazement. Just dude, God is so sick. God is so cool, dude. Life is so dope. And I was also yeah, those stars are a lot closer than they tell us they are. I wonder what that means. You know what I mean? I was I don't know what those are, but those aren't as far away and as big as they say they are, Something else is up with the stars. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Something's up, Hey, come, if you want to, before you call me crazy, those stars are a lot closer than they tell us they are, And come to South Dakota and gaze your eyes upon them underneath a clear night sky for hours and tell me I'm wrong, Tell me I'm wrong. But of course, I'm driving through South Dakota. You can't not drive through South Dakota and see 85,000 signs for wall drug. Wall drug, wall drug, wall drug. Every direction, every highway, everyone talks about wall drug. You got to stop at wall drug, which was boomer paradise. That was boomer wonderland for sure. It was the dumbest. I mean, it was cute. It was wholesome. I met some nice people, had some funny exchanges there, but it just was boomers, man. It was RVs, and I was in line for this cafe, this diner. I was in this big long line, the food line, to place your order. I was the only person in a probably 60-person line. Maybe 40 to 60 people total in this line. Maybe more, maybe 100. I'm bad with numbers. Tens and tens and tens of people. I was the only person under the age of 70. maybe had a few 60-year-olds in there, But it was just old people and me. And they were just making the most boom. I'm standing there just, no headphones, raw dogging it. Just standing there listening to all the conversations around me of all these boomers. And it was just so boomer. It was just so boring and stupid and complacent and nonchalant and, oh man, full of themselves. And, basically the people behind me were from New York, straight up New York, Jew, gangster, soprano kind of accent. These women are real fussy, and they just could not get over how just complaints the whole time. They could not stop complaining. The line's too slow. Maybe we could cut ahead somehow. Maybe we could. It was and they kept going out of the line to go ask questions. And then it's just dude, just chill. Just wait in this line with everyone else. You're not special. You don't get special privileges. The line will get there. The line, we will get there. You will get your food. The entitlement was so crazy. That I deserve special treatment. I deserve what I want now. I want my food now, though. It's okay, well, everyone else has to wait in line for their food. And they're but I want it now. Why don't I have my food now? I need to speak to a manager why I don't have my food in my hand right now. It was just eye rolls, man. I could not roll my eyes back more. The whole time with these three women, clearly from New Jersey or New York or whatever. Oh man. But forgive them. Love them anyways. Forgive them. They know not what they do. They were traumatized. They were once a cute, innocent little baby, just like you. And the events in their lives, the environments they grew up in, the things they experienced shaped who they became. Have mercy on them, have compassion on them. And then as soon as I got up to the register, the funniest one was the two people at the register were just two Gen Z millennial chicks, like cool, just normal, you know, our age people, just hanging out, doing their job, just being a register, you know. And it gets to the front, and like I'm close enough to hear this lady, total boomer, and she gets to the register, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, have you ever had Buc-ee's before?" And the cashier lady was like, "Yeah, I know Buc-ee's, yeah." She's like, "You've heard of Buc-ee's before?" And the lady's like, yeah, I've heard of Buc-ee's. Like, I know people, that's common. I know it. I've heard of it. And this lady's like, "This place just reminds me of like a Buc-ee's. It's just like Buc-ee's." And the lady, the cashier's like, "Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yep, you're right." And the boomer lady was like kind of confused. Like, "Why aren't you complimenting me on my," like almost like waiting for the compliment to be like, "I can't believe you put those two things together. I can't, oh my gosh, a beautiful mind. How could you possibly connect those two dots and put them together? That like this place is kind of like a Western version of Buc-ee's. Oh my gosh, I've never thought of this before. No one has ever strung those words together and made that sentence ever before in their lives, ever." It's like, everyone was kind of like, yeah, like duh, like yeah, this place is like a Western, like a small town, Old West kind of themed version of Buc-ee's. Yeah. And the boomer like could not, like, it was like she was waiting for a compliment. She was like waiting for like someone to be like, "Yeah, good job." And she kind of paused and then kind of awkwardly was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, have a good day." Yeah. Like so disappointed that people weren't like amazed. And that's just the epitome of the boomers, right? Like, I'm so special. Why aren't you complimenting me? And like the Gen Z lady is just like, yeah, I just work here, man. I'm just punching, like, I'm literally just like taking your money, giving you change, like putting your order in. Like, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want? Like, what am I supposed to do? Hand you a trophy or something for your amazing, your incredible insight that this place is like a weird boomer Western version of Buc-ee's, which by the way, it's like not, it kind of sucked. It was very underwhelming, but did not live up to the hype. Did not deserve like 18,000 billboards on the way to Wall, South Dakota. You know, the payoff wasn't really worth it, but yeah, but it was still cool. It was hilarious because everyone in Wall, South Dakota, again, it's boomer paradise. Everyone is a boomer, and except for 100% of the staff working, which were like all Gen Zs and millennials. It was like us. We're just the slaves that were just like dishing out the slop, dishing out the merchandise and the food, the goy slop, to all the boomers, you know, all the boomers on their road trips, all the boomers spending all the inheritance it's supposed to go to their kids and their grandkids, spending it on themselves. Just, you know, these wages, these wage slave Gen Zs and millennials just dishing out the slop to all the boomers, you know. Check, oh yeah, check out, oh, you want a refund? Let me get that for you. Let me type that in for you. It's clear. It was fun. It was cool though. It was cool. Wall was cute. It was, I was there on a Saturday. There was like a cute little, like wholesome little family, whatever, picnic, parade, park day. Cute little, like, you know, railroad thing, little car, but pulling little families around with their children. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute. I'm not hating. All right. And it's like, it actually kind of was like that Cracker Barrel aura, you know, that Cracker Barrel aesthetic that everyone's so mad that they're like getting rid of or trying to get rid of, or maybe not anymore or whatever. It was like the authentic version of that. It wasn't like fast food chain hometown. It was like authentic, a more authentic, still a little cheesy, still a little fake, but a more just authentic, wholesome hometown vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like the place where your daddy used to eat breakfast. Where your daddy used to eat the breakfast. But yeah, and then we'll kind of wrap things up. I went to Open Bible Church. It was awesome. It was wild. It was a time. And Rapid City, we won't get into all that. But it was good. Open Bible Church, shout out. You'll see if you stay tuned to the video. I'll take you a little bit on the Badlands, me driving around the Badlands, and then also this area, looking for that guy, looking for that. We were winding and weaving around all these mountain roads, trying to get a good view. Didn't really. But yeah, it's not too interesting. If you don't like it, if you get bored, just turn it off. Just turn this video off when it gets boring, you know. But I drove around, played some music. We did some hiking, some camping in the Badlands, in Wind Cave, and the Black Hills. We saw this guy, Mount Rushmore, and now it's onward. Now it's onward to like literally I'm going to go get into my car, get into my truck, drive and find a bathroom, drive and find some coffee that's not at Quick Trip, because Quick Trip sucks. Their cold brew sucks. Very underwhelming. I am mad at my two friends that always talk about how great Quick Trip is. This is why I keep bringing this up. This is why I'm passionate about it. My friends, I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed by your confidence in Quick Trip, because it actually does suck. We're going to find somewhere to go to the bathroom. We're going to get some coffee, and we're going to drive through Deadwood. I'm going to check out Deadwood. And then we're onward to Wyoming, and then onward to the Tetons and Yellowstone. And I don't know when or where I'll record my next episode, but just it'll be out. It won't be like 3 weeks, a 4-week break like this last time, which was on purpose. And it'll be less updating, and we'll have more stuff to really like dive into and talk about. I have some I have like 4 major kind of topics I want to talk about. And I'll find ways to like tie them into these videos. It'll make sense. Stay tuned. Keep watching. If you're binging this at a later date, just like keep hitting next episode and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're watching this in real time as I post, you're my friends, you're my family, you're one of my like tens of followers out there. You're one of my 103 total people that watch this stream. If you're one of those people, just stay tuned. In the coming weeks, it'll make sense. We'll talk about some cool stuff, some interesting stuff as we go on my trip. But yeah, what were the notes I wrote? Yeah, AI sucks. It doesn't. The problem with AI is it's awesome. It's amazing. The robots, the AI, the technology, it's getting so cool and awesome that it actually is starting to kind of suck. Like it's kind of actually starting to like not be cool and fun. You know, it's gonna like actually start hurting us. So it's like not cool and fun anymore. It's it's not necessary, and it's not a replacement. You know, it's just a tool. Just use it. Make your real life better by using it like a tool, like you would use like a garden tool or like a couch. You know, it's just like a thing that you use to like sit down. It's like a thing you use. It's not like your girlfriend. It's not like your entire life, you know? Yeah. But I'm unplugging a little bit. I'm going to be fasting a little bit. I'm plugging a little bit from all of this. It's freaking me out, man. Have compassion on the boomers. Forgive the boomers. People are still dope, dude. Let's not forget that people are still awesome, you know? And let's also not forget that shame is good. Let's end on that. Shame is good. It does prove that you still have honor. It still proves that you care. You know, if you're shameless, if you're just a guy that doesn't care about like your reputation or like your morality, like the way people perceive you in your community, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community, if you don't care about any like consequences for your actions, you're just like a shameless guy. You're just like a rudderless guy, a moralless guy. I feel bad for you, son. I feel bad for you, and it's just not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for others. And you should probably, if that is you, you should probably somehow be removed from society, from people. And you as a person, if you're like on the fence or you drift a little bit of both ways, your foot's in this pond one day and then it's in this puddle the next day, let's kind of try to just be a little more on the side of having a little more shame, having a little more guilt, you know, in a healthy way, using that to make you a better person. Using the shame and the guilt you have about your wrongs, your crimes, your mistakes, the problems in your life, your ailments, whatever it is that you like feel shame and guilt about, use that as motivation. Use that as the fuel, the logs being thrown onto the campfire. Use that as the fuel that ignites the fire that's going to drive you forward into becoming a better person, a more useful person, a more available person, a more gentle and lowly person, like we've talked about on previous streams. Useful and available. Loving, a servant, helpful, needed, wanted. Use that shame and that guilt to make, like, use it. Don't live in it. Don't make it your identity, but like use it to propel you towards becoming awesome. Like becoming dope, becoming a cool guy, becoming like a loved guy, a lover and a loved guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, shame is good. Use it to fix yourself and to solve problems. Don't live in it. Don't make it make you angry or scared. And we'll talk about that stuff. We'll talk about this stuff later. Some of the stuff I have written down. We did say from that African Proverbs book, I'll just leave you with these two and then we'll sign off. But one of the little proverbs was, the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. The ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. Isn't that true? Doesn't that like sink so deeply and resonate so true? And then also, if you tell people to live together, you tell them to quarrel. If you tell people to live together, you tell them to quarrel. And despite our differences, despite our quarrels, despite our disagreements and our desires to have different solutions and be in control or whatever is causing conflict and division and strife and anger and resentment, the divisions between us, I mean, first of all, they start in the home. They're starting with you. They're starting with you and your wife. They're starting with you and your kids. They're starting with you and your home first. And everyone is spilling that out onto their communities, onto their states, onto their nation, you know? The mess. The whole, clean your room, bucko thing. It's like, yeah, that is true though. Jordan Peterson sucks, but like that is true. How are you going to fix the nation if you can't even fix your bed? It's like it starts in the home. It starts in your bedroom. It starts in your life. You first fix yourself, get yourself right and fixed up and cleaned, and then spill that outward onto your wife, onto your children, onto your community, outward, onto the strangers everywhere, And we're gonna have conflict, we're gonna quarrel, we're gonna fight, we're gonna disagree. And at the end of the day, just treat each other with love and compassion, consideration, gentleness and kindness. Be gentle and lowly like Christ. Treat others like Christ would. Ooh. Got a little coffee there, sorry. I don't know where I just left off on that rant, but people are different and that's cool. Like races are different, that's cool. Cultures are different, that's cool. Like we disagree on things, that's cool. Just be cool, man. Let's just be chill with each other. Be polite to each other, be considerate, like agree to disagree and just walk away. Like we can do that, dude. People can do that. I do that. It's not impossible. People I disagree with on very contentious issues are still like my homies, or are still people I respect a lot, or are still like family members that I like visit and talk to and call and hang out with. And yet we disagree on stuff that most people would say, this is a line in the sand I can't cross. There's not as many of those as we like to think, There are some, there's just wicked, we're going to get to that in the next episode, stay tuned, but wicked people, evil people, man. Even still, man, have compassion for them. Forgive the boomers. And shame is good, and yeah, we'll just end on that. Thank you for putting up with me. Stay tuned. If you're watching, if you're listening, this episode's going to end. If you're watching on YouTube or Podbean, it's going to be probably like, I'll try to cut it down as much as possible, but playing some music, driving around the Badlands, driving around the Black Hills, talking a little bit. If you're interested in that, stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. If not, if you're a podcast listener only, or if you don't want to watch my nonsense, I'm signing off. I love you guys. I forgive you guys. I love you anyways, despite who you are and what you've done. And Jesus loves you, despite who you are and what you've done. He still loves you anyways. And if Jesus loves you, I love you. So have a good one, guys. Take care. We are driving into the Badlands. Hopefully these glasses work. Get some cows over here. Did a little bit of camping last night. Literally had this enormous buffalo scratching on like the hitching posts and little camp sign posts and the picnic tables, like literally scratching itself right, 5 feet, 10 feet from me. We're going to see some as we go, but these are just cows. You'll see cows, a lot of them, wild horses, wild buffalo, groundhogs. Pretty wild time. I think the Prairie Homestead is Laura Ingalls Wilder, Prairie Home Companion. Is that right? We're not going to go today, but I think that's that. You seeing this? Gotta say what's up to all the boomers. Gotta show my park pass. This park is 100% white people and about 95% boomers. You'll see. You'll see. Little chemtrails, little contrails, little chemtrails in the sky. Oh yeah. Wouldn't be a national park if the nation wasn't spraying us with chemicals, would it? I'm not kidding, guys, when I say 95% of the people in this park are boomers. I'm like, that's a conservative guess. Conservative estimate, 95% of the total people in this park right now on a Saturday in September. See if we can find some cuties. Find some cute little animals. We're not looking for ladies. Not looking for any boomers, any cougars, you know. Let's see if we can find some animals. Listen to some groovy tunes and enjoy the scenic views. This box, if you're wondering, we'll do a truck tour in this episode or a coming episode. This box. Woo! Wall donuts. Wall drug donuts. Apparently you can't drive through South Dakota without stopping at Wall Drug. And you can't leave Wall Drug until you've at least had one of their delicious donuts. Well, you love this heart and this 6-string girl, but they've been out of tune, yeah, for some time. No, I could never say, baby, tomorrow, oh, I'll be right there. I'll be your man. Like the weight of the world is attacking me so slowly. Little chemtrails. So I'll just hold the thought of you. I'll just hold the thought of you. They say life's full of living, but these days I'd rather be home. 'Cause it don't make much sense to be here when I'm on my own. I woke up in the dark with your voice and these walls talking like how we used to do. Every memory burns like the leaves in the fall. You were here, now you're gone. So I'll just hold the thought of you. I'll just hold the thought of you. I'll just hold the thought of you. Y'all seeing that? Y'all seeing this or what? It's nutso. Oh, okay. Quick signal. Quick signal. We're adapting. We're adjusting. We're adapting. We're shucking. We're jiving. Hey, I think that's like not a white person. Maybe a mixed person. Or a tan person. I haven't seen a not white person in a while. I mean, I guess there's a lot of natives. A lot of Indians. Natives. Whichever they prefer. A little ZB on the tunes? Let's hit it. Looking for a way out of it all. I find the names no good. I just fall out of line. But I miss you. There's no coming home. There's no coming home. With a name like mine, I still think of you. I don't get why people stop in the middle of the road all the time when they make these little sides. Like right there. Like, why are we doing this? I mean, they're trying to catch these animals. You see these deer right there? That's what they're stopping to see, but like... Every day it's getting colder since that day in October when you told me it was over, so I left. If you need me, well, I told you I'm on the better side. Sober, trying to find a four-leaf clover to get me out. This game of life plays heavy on my heart. And hello, boomers. Hola, ¿qué pasa, boomers? I'll carry that bell everywhere I go, and they say pressure makes diamonds. How the hell? This game of life plays heavy on my heart, and love is tough, but loneliness is twice as sudden. What are these? What are these guys? Elk? Deer? There's deer. Kicking it. Standing frozen. They are frozen still, admiring the beauty around us. Taking in the beauty around us. They're frozen in sheer adoration of the majestic creation around them. They have an opportunity to behold. This is pretty cool, right? I kind of want to buy some of this land, right? Can you buy national park land? Isn't the whole point that you can't do that? Hello, sir. How much for your finest Badlands acres? 12 acres, or your finest land. Hello, Uncle Sam. I would like to make a purchase of some of your fine land. Oh, don't worry. I'll let the boomers adventure onto it. I will welcome the boomers to my land. It's crazy. It's just like another planet, dude. It's so wild. It's like totally our planet right here, and then you cross the road and it's like, what the heck, man? Where are we? Like, literally, are we on Mars? It's wild. It's like a Civ 5 terrain, you know? You got the land tiles over here that you can like put your farmland on, and then you got the mountain tiles over here where you're gonna like definitely gonna need to build a mine or a forest if you're lucky. If it's like a forested hill, those are the best. Get the defensive bonus of the hill, but also the production value of the mill. But we'll settle for a mine. But it looks almost like otherworldly, like a Halo map or something, you know? It's like the Shire on this side, cross the street, and it's like a Halo 3 map. It's wild.
This is a story that began long, long ago. I was a young oak tree in dark Missouri soil, and like all other saplings, I had dreams of growing strong and tall.
Is this a baby? It's not a boomer with not another boomer. It's a young man with his baby. Those are two not boomers. Those are the first two not boomers we've seen. Sorry to interrupt like the most beautiful song of all time. The Soldier in the Oak, like one of the most beautiful songs ever written and performed. But that was back there. First baby for sure I've seen in 2 days here. Young man and a baby. Two not boomers in the park. That's wild. Back to the beautiful song.
2 years I stayed this way until the rifle fell. And in this manner for 100 years I grew. And all my dreams not meant to be. And then one day 2 men came with a crosscut saw. They spoke of how my arms would hold a weight so strong. And I feared not the blade for such a worthy cause. And so I fell. I gladly fell.
This is like not planet Earth. This is so crazy.
Perhaps it was the soldier's blood that day. Now I'm the wooden arch that holds a mighty bell. 3 stocks before me cracked, but I shall never fail. Up in a tall cathedral, high above my dreams of long ago. And on Sunday mornings when I hear that sweet refrain, I see the soldier's face like it was yesterday, calling angels down from heaven with that hymn he softly sang. With God's good grace. 4 wheels, concrete fields is all there is to see. So let's make some noise and hope to God he hears our plea. Right now I know somehow we'll make it and be free. Oh, lay me down, my dear, when I finally stop dreaming. I'll go with no tears, I'll lay here without screaming. So lay
All right, let's hit this dirt road, baby. Let's go ahead and hit this dirt road, baby. Right there, what do you see? You see some bison out there. You got to get to the dirt roads. See the good stuff. What is that, a bunch of mountain goats around them? Mountain goats are deer. The deer here are like deceivingly like blonde. So that's probably just deer. You see what I'm talking about out there? I'm bad at pointing my glasses in the right direction I'm supposed to point them at, but if you can see out there, kicking it. Uh-oh, we got selfies. We got Snapchats. We got Snapchats happening. Oh, cool little car. There's a deer right there, kicking it. Yeah. Thought it was a horse at first. Bunch of deer out there. Won't you say a prayer for me tonight as I walk down the road? Remember me when you're on your knees and pray I make it home. It's alright to lose your mind, so save your time while it's cheap. The sun is bright and the breeze is kind. There's some big boys right here. What it takes to be free. Well, I still recall what you said with every inch of your breath. Forget about the noise and let's run until we're dead. And we won't fall for second best till we've been through all the rest. Who knows where we will be or what will grace our silhouette. Oh. Oh. Just a bunch of prairie dogs. What up, buddies? What up, buddies? Just see all the holes. All the little mounds and all the little holes just everywhere. Literally start playing whack-a-mole. Bop-a-mole. It's pretty nutty, man. This is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. until next week when I'm in Yellowstone, and I'll probably say it's the most beautiful thing I've seen in my life. But it's just so otherworldly. You feel like you're from, like, literally, you're just like, I do feel like I'm like on like a fictional planet. What up? I'm here, scary buddy. You're okay. What are y'all up to?
Drinking coffee black as iron, and I couldn't be much higher without falling out of my chair. So
I don't know if the glasses can see them, but do you see just all these dots or all of these things, dude? Not just the mounds in the ground, but like literally it's not, these aren't little rocks. These are like all these little shits. I'm just kidding. They're cute. It's little pests. These little rats. Oh, they're cute. Look at how cute they are. Look at how cute they are. Look at them wagging their tail. What up, buddies? You're good. Yeah, Badlands are pretty beautiful. But it's no SEC football, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, boys? Still ain't no SEC football, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, real cool, South Dakota. Still don't have any SEC championships, though, so... Only so good, you know? Only so cool. Do better. Do better, South Dakota. No, stay pretty. Stay pretty. What up, dear? What up, dear? Alright, we are in Custer, South Dakota. Black Hills, baby, at the feet of the Black Hills. Did some camping here last night. It's gorgeous. It's like otherworldly. Just something about it. I don't know if it like translates well on like pictures and cameras, but yeah, there's just like a majestic, a mighty, a wholesome, like a completing feeling of being here. People are very boomerish. There's a lot of boomers. See the lightning in the distance? A lot of boomers. A lot of like carelessness, you know? A lot of keeping to themselves. Not overly friendly. Not eager to make friends with like a laughy, jokey, funny social guy, you know? But whatever, we love the boomers. We love our boomers. We forgive our boomers. We understand who they were and who they were raised by and what they had to deal with. Boomer ran over. No, we love the boomers. We forgive the boomers. We have mercy on the boomers. And we are going to, with the boomers, keep on exploring the Badlands the Black Hills, Wind Cave. Did some hiking in Wind Cave yesterday. I didn't go in the cave, but I got lost and did like a little mini just hike just to take some pictures in Wind Cave National Park. Today we're going to drive through the Black Hills together, do some exploring. We're going to drive by Crazy Horse, as you can see the sign, if you can read the sign through the glasses. We are going to go to Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore. Burp. Belch. Gross. Sorry. So this is Custer. We're going to be driving up. I think Crazy Horse is on the right. Could be on the left. Pretty nutty. It's pretty neat. Oh, is that standing horse out there? See a giant crane on top of a mountain. It's not usually a sight you see every day, like a giant, massive crane going to town on top of a mountain. Oh, that's pretty big. Pretty big, pretty crazy. Carving a man into a mountain. That way. I have an idea. Let's carve a man into a mountain. Y'all down for that? Yo, boys, huddle up. I got an idea. Hear me out. It's gonna require like our entire lives, like all of our money, all of our time. But we're gonna carve a dude into a mountain. So that our grandkids can behold it, and their grandkids can behold it. That's pretty wild. Got some horses up here. Gorgeous, man. Heavenly. Horses beneath the Crazy Horse. It's crazy, man. Borglum Highway. Thank you, Mr. Borglum. Thank you, Mr. Borglum, for your service, for your contribution to this fine nation. Thank you, Mr. Borglum. 07's in the chat for Mr. Borglum. We love Mr. Borglum, don't we? Don't we, chat? On to Rushmore we go. They are literally like Black Hills. Like literally the last few days, like every time there's like these creepy clouds that come in and make giant like faces of the mountain look really dark and eerie, like black. So they named that for no reason, you know what I mean? Shout out to Glass Beams. One of the best grooves. One of the best bands to groovy out to, you know what I mean? You ever find yourself driving through a national park? Throw on some Glass Beams. Throw on some growlers. Throw on some Sonari when you will not be disappointed. You will have a fun time. You will have a good time. I'm catching it right at the right time. Whatever tree this is. I want to say it's river bark. I mean, that's what it looks like. Paper bark, the river bark. Like a paper bark maple. Or like a Cherokee. Stopped working with trees for a year and I forget all of them. Can make a fire though. I can cut them down, I can plant them, I can make fires out of them. I can make them look pretty, I can make them go away. What I was saying is I caught this right at the right time. Leaves are just starting to change colors. Looks like a Monet. Like I used to. Still no elk, still no bear. I want to see a bear. I want to see an elk. Not too close. But those are my goals in the next couple weeks. Seen buffalo, seen wild horses, seen goats, mountain goats, rams, deer. No snakes, thankfully. We are on the lookout for snakes. Around the tent, gotta check before you get out every morning. Snakes like heat. They're gonna go by your campfire, they're gonna go by your tent. If it's cold out and you're warm, gotta be careful, gotta be on the lookout for those bad boys, you know. Tennessee, it's not that big of a deal. Out here you got the rattlers. Mambas? I don't even know what's out here. I need to check that. I do need to check that. I did test my bear mace. I have cans of bear mace, and I tested my bear mace. Gotta be prepared for when I see the bear. For when I see a bear. This also looks like a map out of like Halo. It's so crazy.
It's over by the corner.
You can tell these like markings are like dynamite blasts. Like man-made for sure, like dynamite blasts that are causing giant rock falls. It's crazy. Supposed to be seeing Rushmore pretty soon. Buckle up, ladies and gents. Don't get lost with me in the music and the scenery. Look at the different rock layers. That's wild. So this is to go to the actual park. We're not doing that. Oh, there it is. Look at that guy. Look at those guys. Alright. Look at those guys up there. Alright. Can't really see them not through the trees. Maybe this vantage point. They're going to be straight back this way. I can see them. Can you see them through the trees? No? Yeah. They're pretty cool. Those are actually pretty cool. We'll groove out. We'll see the Black Hills a little bit more. We'll do a big loop-de-doop. And come back and see them from the other way, hopefully. Those fathers of ours. Mountain of Fun, baby. Rush Mountain. That's pretty sick, dude. Chainsaw carvings. Giant Bigfoot. Sorry, I can't look. I got construction. I got traffic to actually pay attention to and not die, but pretty intense chainsaw carvings. Dude, this is boomer paradise, man. There's one not boomer right there. And you can't tell, but it's hilariously 100% of everyone. Great marketing. It's kind of cool. We do not have time for the adventure park. No. Resist the urge to turn into the adventure park. No. We got some historic faces carved into a mountain to see. We got to do a loop around and see the famous historic tunnel. Faces through the tunnel. We have to see the man's faces carved into the mountain. We cannot make the turn. I cannot turn this steering wheel into that adventure park. Resist the urge. Oh. What? Tell it on the mountain. Faith too strong. Be left down. Way of trying God. I don't need the pills you take just to feel the spirit moving. Brother, onward to heaven, my boys. Onward. We're gonna go the speed limit, and you're just gonna have to deal with it, bro. We're in the mountains. I can't be worse than all the boomers around us driving. We're gonna go the speed limit, and I'm gonna not miss my turn. feel like playing GTA 6. Oh man, we got Crazy Horse and the Mount Rushmore before we got GTA 6. I feel like it's like Red Dead Redemption, but like Grand Theft Auto driving. You know what I mean? Listening to the groovy tunes, driving the car, but it's like Red Dead Redemption's map. You know what I mean, fellas. You know what I mean. Where my fellas at? You know what I mean. You got my back. You understand what I'm talking about. You're vibing with me. I know you're vibing with me. This looks like Red Dead Redemption, but like as if we were playing Grand Theft Auto in the car, driving on a mission, on the way to a checkpoint, to a mission. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Only my fellas would get it. Only my homies get it. Homies are with me. Life goals, man. You may not know it, I'm a millionaire. When I hit the jackpot, when I hit the lottery and become a gazillionaire. But there will be signs, and one of the signs will be I'll be living in a cabin like that, in a place like this. What are you doing, boomers? What are you doing? What are you up to? There's supposed to be like a tunnel or tunnels up ahead where you're supposed to go through the tunnel and see Mount Rushmore. I think. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna vibe to some Claro. If that's cool with y'all. No copyright. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright me. I love you. Thought that was a bear down there for a second, but I think it's just a rock. Ah, bear! It's just like a rock, like a boulder. This is pretty sick. Look at how sick humans are, dude. Look at how like dope people are. We're like, we need to build a road here, but there's like a big giant rock in our way. Let's just cut a hole through it. Let's just like cut a hole through the rock, you know? Are we taking pictures? Is that what's up? Yeah, you can see that? See that straight ahead? Pretty cool. Sorry, bro. Sorry, dude behind me. We're gonna tourist out here. That's pretty sick. You see that straight ahead? Don't mind the bugs on my windshield, bro. You see that? That's pretty nuts. That's pretty cool. And that's pretty cool, right? Dude's faces carved into the rocks over there. That's pretty cool. Enjoy it now, because sooner or later they're going to add Trump to it. Unfortunately, they're going to find a way to put Trump. Trump will find a way to put himself next to one of those fine gentlemen. You see it over there? That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. It's pretty cool that people just do that, you know? I'm going to dedicate like all of this time and money and energy to take this enormous mountain and carve our history onto the side of it. And then like the dude did it. Like did it. He like made it happen. Dudes are awesome, man. Dudes rock. Shout out dudes. Shout out all my fellas. Y'all know what it is. I wish I didn't have to like actually pay attention to the roads and show you guys. Like, I wish the camera glasses do not do it justice, you know. What up, boomers? ¿Qué pasa, boomers? So it was a forest fire somewhere, sometime. See all the new trees poking up, and how all the old trees are missing like a significant portion of like their limbs, you know. Some kind of fire hit here years ago, but I don't know how long. I don't know how fast these trees grow. 3 years, 10 years. But you can see all the new growth coming up. And then all the, see, that's probably like a survivor of it. A straggler. Bunch of dead trees. Bunch of dead limbs halfway up the tree. This is one of the cutest songs in the world. Boss check, bro. Boss check. Yeah, you're gonna wait for me. Yeah, you're gonna wait for me. Thanks. Thank you.
Farther coast from the same old home.
Cute little bridge.
The fence wasn't built yet when you moved on in, and you were working the garden in the evening. You were working and I was Virginia. Let's meet in the creeks of Colorado.
traffic jam? Little tunnel jam?
Just you and
Little boomer party in the tunnel. Look at that guy. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy, right? See that? Yeah, people are pretty cool, man. People are pretty dope. They do pretty cool things. They aspire to things that are so cool. Quirky and weird and tacky and like cringe. But it's just cool, man. Like nerds are so cool because they just love what they love. They get obsessed with something and they just do it with all of their heart. It's so cool, man. People are awesome, dude. Some dude's like, I'm gonna put my favorite dude's faces on a mountain. And then he did it. And look at all these boomers, man. For all their flaws, you know? Obviously not all boomers. There's bloomers. There's good boomers out there. And even the bad ones. We forgive the bad boomers anyways, guys. But they like lived lives. They did a bunch of cool stuff. They built stuff, you know? They worked a lot of important, meaningful jobs. They weren't just a burden. And now they're like enjoying the world. They're like, what are we going to do with our time? We're going to go enjoy heaven on earth. We're going to go enjoy all of this cool stuff, you know? Been going to all these art museums too, and it's just like awesome to behold. The people who make the art, the people who preserve the art, the people who protect the art, the people who invest in the artist, the admirer of the art, you know? People are awesome, dude. America is dope. America's still sick, and there's still good people out there.
All they comprehend is a fucking dollar sign. Don't stop going south, 'cause it lets you play your music real damn loud. Don't stop heading south. They won't understand the words that are pouring from your mouth. Don't stop going south. They won't understand the words that are pouring from your mouth. Don't stop going south, 'cause they'll let you scream your music real damn loud.
We should be coming up on Rushmore at some point. Maybe with like the best view we can get of it with these glasses. I know I don't see things, they don't pick up things very far. But we'll see. There we go, right there. Up there, through the trees. Mr. Washington, Mr. Lincoln, Mr. Trump. We're going to come around the turn. It's going to be right up there. Yeah, you see those boys? See those boys? Teddy. So you think they're going to put Trump on the right or on the left? That's pretty nutty, man. But plenty of space to add a bunch of other really good men at some point. The suit and tie on Washington is so auriful. That's pretty cool, man. People are pretty cool, man. You see him? What up, Mr. Washington? Yeah, I bet they put Trump on the left side. Obama on the right side by Lincoln. Trump on the left by Washington. Dude, Washington looks so sick with the suit. Like, he's so prominent, you know? Lincoln, they kind of did Lincoln dirty. Half his face is kind of like blown off or something. It almost looks like unfinished. They did him dirty. It was pretty sick. Say Washington up there. Big Nose, Washington. Sprinkling Rock. It's pretty neat. It's pretty pretty. Crazy Horse and Custard next to each other is wild. It's a choice. This is Crazy Horse up here. These These mountains do look very like carvable. Like there is like these like weird like peaks and intrusions, features like hanging out and protruding out of the mountain itself that look like the perfect, like if you're gonna carve a face into the mountain. You know, it's like that's a head sticking up right there. You could carve that bad boy up, make it something. Don't turn into the adventure park. We got monuments to see. We got history to see. Don't turn into the adventure park. Man, is this place just lovely. Man, is this place worth it. Highly recommend you guys come up here at some point in your lives. To Southwest South Dakota. Come hang out with the boomers. Go to Wall Drug. See all the bison, the cows, the horses. Didn't see the bear. Didn't see a bear yet. But I'm going to keep heading out west. Maybe we'll see one out there. But this has been the Black Hills, the Badlands, Wind Cave, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, camping, driving around, trying to make friends with boomers, not really having much luck. Not as friendly as the other Midwestern people, you know. Omaha, Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas City, Lincoln. Very friendly down there. For some reason, I think all the snowbirds and all the boomers are a little more grumpy, a little more grouchy, but hope you enjoyed my little tour, taking you guys on through my perspective. Hopefully the music wasn't annoying and or me talking over it wasn't annoying. So have a good one, guys. Love you guys. Jesus loves you, so do I. And this rain is perfect. Perfect to help me get the all the bugs off my windshield. South Dakota's bugs are nuts. Nuts. We'll cruise out. We'll fade out to Fading by the Gringos as we leave the Black Hills.